First off, we had great partners in Oak Tree. Had a lot of trust between us and them as we were aggregating, and they bought into the story and let us go aggregate in some areas that other people weren't at that time as well. So that partnership was fantastic, and I really appreciated the opportunity to go do something like that in that time frame. It was a great opportunity and a great honor, really, to build this. We ultimately aggregated about 30,000 royalty acres across the Midland and Delaware and platform, of which I would say probably 24 to 25,000 of those acres are core. Meaning, we go by a company and they'd have platform stuff, or they'd have stuff that's a little off, and you wouldn't value it, but you got it in the mix.
Sure.
We ultimately exited or merged 24 to 25,000 of those acres with Desert Peak. Met Chris and team, and I think that team is fantastic. They understand the minerals game, and they are perfectly suited to go really take that thing to the next level. And our asset fit theirs very well. They'd had a large, the history of them, they had a large Delaware piece, and it was going to be Delaware centric. And then when they pivoted, we were in the right place at the right time, had a meeting of the minds on how you manage minerals, how you acquire them, what you think about them, and what they're really made to do. And really, Chris and I clicked from probably the first conversation we had. And more importantly, on the capital side, the private equity groups got together and worked well together to get a deal done. And that was,
yeah, I mean, you look back, they did stuff with the Stallings family, and that was Delaware. Right at the time, the headline was largest pure play Delaware minerals company. And then later they got Blackstone out with Rockridge. That was Delaware again. So you guys were that pivot to Midland. I think scale was important at the time for them. But yeah, I guess the meeting of the minds with the private equity sponsors, and then just they liked your thesis. No,
the asset, our asset was outperforming at that point too, right? Like you looked at rig rates and hit rates, and you saw the COVID dip in the Delaware side, and you see the COVID dip in the Midland side, and it was less impactful on the Midland side. And having back to having a large diversified mineral portfolio is, in my opinion, the best way to do anything. And so coming across the Midland side, even if you're going to call yourself at that point a pure play Permian, I thought was a stronger story than just having one of the basins. Because even somebody coming out with hey, we're a pure play Midland Basin mineral company, I don't think sells as well as what they're doing now.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think there's enough sophistication in the market to give value either way on Permian pure play versus Midland or Delaware pure play, right? I think you're just pigeonholing yourself for no reason and leaving out the possibility to be opportunistic. So ultimately, that's where they went, which makes sense. So they're now on their way. They're part of Falcon. They finally made it across the public finish line, which, kudos to those guys. What a grueling challenge that has been for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I'm really proud of those guys in that team. They did a great job.
Yeah.